Awakening on a remote beach, Elon Musk finds himself in a realm beyond comprehension. Clad in his astronaut uniform, untouched by the calamity that befell Earth, he wanders the shoreline, a lone figure amidst the vastness. Is this heaven, an afterlife, or something else? With each step on the sandy expanse, questions echo in his mind, searching for answers in the whisper of the waves. The journey of discovery begins anew in this mysterious world, where the boundaries of reality blur. As he explores, Elon stumbles upon an ancient temple, half buried in the sand near the sea's edge. Drawn by curiosity, he approaches its weathered arches. Hesitantly, he steps inside, crossing the threshold into the unknown. Murals and paintings, the corridor of the temple lined with godly clues. Elon enters a large chamber, and a man sits upon a golden throne, and Elon recognizes him instantly.
Why, hello there, Elon. I've been expecting you.
Morgan Freeman, what are you doing here? Where is this place?
No, Elon, I'm not Morgan Freeman. Elon, I'm afraid to tell you that you've died and crossed over into the ethereal world. I am the Alpha and the Omega. I am the one who you may refer to as God. Elon, you are here before me today for a reason.
And what reason is that, God?
As you know, Elon, mankind is heading to Mars. This has always been my plan, and I know it's been yours. However, the forces of evil are at work, and your son, X, is the only person who can stop them. But he is in trouble, Elon. He needs your help.
I'll do anything to save X, God. Just tell me what I need to do.
You, Elon, are defined to become a transient being. Your soul will live through time and space. Elon, you will go to Mars and seek out your brother Kimball. He knows how to find your son, but first we have a journey to make.
As Elon stood there, he felt a burning heat inside his soul. Elon's clothes changed to that of a white robe, but he himself changed. Elon had reached his destiny, but his life was far from over. Into a vortex of light, Elon could feel himself lifting into the very fabric of time and space.
You have arrived, Elon. Go forth from here.
Elon journeyed through the history of mankind. He observed everything from prehistory to man's first walk on the moon. This history of Earth ended in 2045, along with Elon's death, until finally man settled on Mars. Mars Colony Theta, Earth's initial and humble attempt at establishing a colony on the red planet. Man had been building on Mars since 2030. Here they lived peacefully. There was harmony and light. When Earth failed in 2045, Mars became home. Swiftly adapting to Mars, humans found sanctuary on the Crimson World. Humanity flourished as ever. Rescuing Earth's final selectees, Kimball and X Musk emerged as saviors. To many, they were protectors of tomorrow. To most, cherished allies.
Hot diggity. But surely it can't be. It's you, Elon, but you're supposed to be dead? How are you here? Am I dreaming? What is happening?
Kimball, I am here, but only in soul. My spirit lives on after my death. Kimball, I am proud of you. You led the people to safety and gave them refuge here on Mars. How are you, brother?
Elon, I'm well. I just can't believe you're here. After you died, I took X under my wing and looked after him. I want you to know I did my best. Elon, X has grown into a fine man.
I have no doubt you did your best for X. X is why I have returned, Kimball. I am worried that he is in trouble. Where is he now?
Around 2 days ago, we picked up a distress signal from the northern quarter. X headed out on his motorcycle to locate the origins of the signal. Elon, I will find X and ensure he is safe. You know I will find him.
I know you will, Kimball. I believe in you.
Two days prior, X had left Colony Theta to seek out the origin of the distress signal. He discovered a crashed ship from Jeff Bezos' Venedorm Corporation. The ship had crashed sometime before the arrival of X. Undeterred, X entered the ship and then found a chamber through an airlock still intact. As X entered the inner sanctum, he felt an eerie presence. There in front of him was Jeff Bezos himself, or at least what was left of him. Bezos had been nearly killed 5 years ago when his ship, the Brary Brainus, crashed into Earth's moon. Since then, Jeff has been cryogenically preserved in bum salt. Jeff reached Mars on board the Venedorm ship, Algarnon, suffice to say. Jeff had hardly consumed any fiber since arriving, and looked awful.
Can you hear me, boy? Heed my voice. I am neither man nor machine, human nor cyborg. I am Jeff, and you step into my domain. What hath thou business here?
No, I have no business with you. I am simply answering a distress call which led me to this ship. Can I ask, are you Jeff Bezos?
Thou is walking a dangerous path. Hath thee not any concern for thine safety? Thou speaketh my name like thou deserve an answer. You are a Musk, and that makes you my adversary.
And you are stuck in a chamber with no legs and appear to be in an advanced state of decomposition. You are pathetic.
Ah! Thou shalt pay! Thou'st is an insolent swine!
In that moment of intrinsic butthurt to Jeff Bezos, X heard footsteps approaching. He took cover. A hooded figure approached Jeff. This person was unknown to X, but at the same time seemed familiar.
My master, I have arrived. I am here to free you and take you to the Prime Palace.
Be warned, Mystica. There is a Musk present here in hiding. Seek him out and bring him to his fate.
Now there are two Musks. Stand down, Jeff. I am here to bring you in.
In that moment, Kimball appeared. Sent by the divine intervention of his brother Elon, Kimball faced Mystical in a duel of fates in front of the malevolent Jeff Bezos.
Today you will meet your fate, Kimball.
In that awful moment, Mystica had trapped Kimball. He fell to the floor and resigned to his fate.
No! Kimball!
Mystica, the evil sorceress, had beheaded Kimball. X stood there in agony, realizing he could do nothing. Kimball was no more. And then, through a vortex of light, Elon appeared to his son, X.
Stay here, X. Do not seek revenge. The time for revenge will come. But for now, do not flee.
Believing that X had escaped, Mystical kneeled before her master, Jeff Bezos. She would now be his loyal servant and primary caregiver.
Mystica, you have done well. Pray thy return from this conflict a true and loyal servant to the might and statue of me, Jeff Bezos. Now thou must unshackle these chains, and we will head to Prime Palace where my voice shall be returned, and a body created to last 1,000 years.
Yes, my master.
Mystica committed herself to Jeff. She removed his decrepit and putrid body from the life support machine. Jeff was now free, and Mars became a very dangerous place.
X, my son, I am here in spirit. Do not worry, you are not hallucinating. We have little time, and you must act. The fate of Mars depends on it. Jeff and Mystica are headed to Prime Palace, where his drogues will construct a new body. Then he will seek to enslave Mars and take over the galaxy. I must warn you, Mystica is dangerous. You must be very careful. Her background is interconnected with yours, and I am afraid there is something awaiting for you to learn. You must stop Bezos at all costs, but in doing so, Mystica must also be elongated or eliminated.
I just can't believe you're here, Father, but I understand the mission ahead. Where can I begin?
You should head to Red Rock City and seek out Dr. Robert Zubrin, my old colleague and friend. To defeat Jeff, you will need to gather Emerald Juju, and Zubrin knows the location of the last mine. Zubrin will be able to assist you now. Fly, my son.
Thanks, Father. I will seek out Dr. Zubrin at Red Rock City.
X headed to Red Rock City, an early human settlement crafted out of Martian stone. Red Rock was known for debauchery and sleaze. Red Rock had become the symbol of human decay and decadence. X headed to the infamous Hemingway bar in Red Rock, where he knew he could find answers about Zubrin. Hemingway's bar, established in 2035, was owned by an infamous robot called Larry. This was a dangerous place, an ambient place, and somewhere to get emerald juju liquid and extract, but also one could fill their large bowel with all bran aplenty. Headed into Hemingway's, where he sat at the bar and was greeted by Larry the robot. He ordered himself a bowl of all bran and began making inquiries.
Greetings, sir. Welcome to Hemingway's bar. My name is Larry. What can I get for you?
Hey Larry, I'll have a bowl of all bran and a jar of emerald juju, but I also come here seeking somebody. Say Larry, can I ask you for some advice, please?
Certainly, sir. How may I help?
I'm looking for Dr. Robert Zubrin. I understand that he comes here often. Do you know where he lives?
Yes, Dr. Zubrin, a regular here. He supplies our emerald juju and often gives regular Irish jigs on that table over there. I haven't seen him for a few days, but I do know where he lives. But it's going to cost you.
Sure, I'm a reasonable man, Larry. What do you need?
I have had a disagreement with my wife. She is threatening to liquidate her share of Hemingway's. She lives in the Yucatan Heights area of Red Rock. Fix things up with her, and I'll give you the address.
Sure thing, we got a deal.
X headed up to the Yucatan Heights, where Larry's human wife, Cynthia, lived with her professional manservant. Yucatan Heights is the slightly more affluent area of Red Rock. Here those who have made it live relatively in peace. For X, he was about to become the Jerry Springer of Mars.
Cynthia, it is a pleasure to meet you. Can I ask, how did you meet Larry? This seems like an unusual coupling.
Well, X, I had always known that I was a robosexual. Larry is a very charming robot, as you saw when you met him. We met on Earth back in 2033. It was a whirlwind romance. We've shared a happy life together, and I bankrolled Hemingway's bar here in Red Rock. Recently, though, Larry has been different.
In what way, Cynthia? How has Larry been different?
Well, X, Larry seems to be spending a lot of time with the Furlong boys, and I am concerned he's involved with organized crime.
I'll speak to the Furlong boys, and I will try and sort this out for you and Larry.
Thanks, X, but before you go, there is something you should have.
Cynthia gave X a pistol. On Mars, the right to self-defense was incredibly important, but especially as X was going to be facing the Furlong boys, he needed a piece. The Furlong boys were located in Debrecki Canyon, to the northeast of Red Rock, a settlement called Ruglatelli. The Furlong boys were Italian robo-mobsters. They controlled a crime empire that stretched from Colony Theta to Red Rock. X would be facing the worst of all the inhabitants of Mars. The Furlong boys knew only violence and intimidation. It would seem that Larry got himself caught up in some real bad vibes.
Stop right there, human. This is Furlong Boys territory. You've made the wrong turn. Now prepare to explain yourself.
What is your business with Larry, owner of Hemingway's bar?
Larry is not a concern of yours, but he has failed to pay what is owed to the Furlong Boys, and now he is our property, human.
Larry is not property. Larry is a free robot, and I think that you are making a mistake here.
Enough talk, pathetic human. If you want to own Larry, then you will have to prove your worth.
In that moment, X made a decision to draw his pistol. Rightfully or wrongfully, the Furlongs were bad guys. After a struggle and volley of quick succession shots, the Furlongs were defeated. X stood the victor. X left Ruglatelli and headed back to Cynthia and Larry's house in Yucatan. A skilled marksman, the defeat of the Furlongs had proven his skill. Larry was indebted to X, and a strong friendship has been formed. Larry revealed the location of Dr. Zubrin, and X quickly departed Red Rock. Prime Palace, the evil seat of Jeff, soon to be known across the galaxy as Zombie Cyborg Jeff. Here he had already constructed a vast army designed to conquer Mars and establish a 1,000-year empire. Jeff's recovery was well underway. Skin grafts and surgeries helped rejuvenate his image. Although his purple aubergine was a goner, Jeff felt nothing but hatred and anger toward the civilians of Mars. Jeff wanted total control. The evil sorceress Mystica arrived at Prime Palace, ready to take her Bald Master's command.
Mystica, 'tis with joy I greet thee. I trust thou hast gazed upon the mighty host we doth assemble. Ere long, Mars shall be the maiden orb to bow neath the Jeffperial Empire's sway. I summon thee hither this day, for there lies a matter of great import I must needs beseech thee undertake.
My master, I am only too proud to serve you. But first, let me present you with a gift.
Oh, Bran. Oh, how I have been waiting for this, Mystica. You do please me.
I live to serve my master.
As you know, Mystica, the younger Musk has been making a name for himself. X is trying to stop the beautiful edifice I have constructed. How dare he target me, Jeff Bezos? How dare he? So I need you to deal with him. I know you are interconnected, but the time has come to prove your worth.
Yes, my master. I will search out X and bring his time to a conclusion. Leave it with me.
Oh, dark God. Ha 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 ha.
X was en route to Dr. Robert Zubrin's home situated in Noachus Terra. Dr. Zubrin was an early advocate for Mars colonization and pioneering aerospace engineer. Zubrin and Elon Musk had worked closely together on early Mars settlement. Now the elderly Zubrin was retired to his self-designed home, and it was most unusual for him to receive guests.
X, I have to say that your arrival here is a pleasant surprise. I knew and worked with your father, and together we built Colony Theta in those earliest of years. I was saddened to hear of his passing, but he died valiantly doing what he loved.
Thank you, Doc Zubrin. Of course, today I come here with some news and a request for help. You may not be aware, but Jeff Bezos has revealed himself and is planning to conquer Mars. Already, he has established an army and is rebuilding his body. We must stop him at all costs.
This news is most troubling. I once worked with Jeff briefly in the 2020s. The man is set on establishing a kingdom in his name. It is most egotistical. Ever since he lost his purple aubergine in 2025, Jeff has been enraged with anger. There is a way to stop him, though. Emerald Juju.
I have heard this also, but I always thought Emerald Juju was a fun drink, something that allows you to lose your mind.
Yes, in dilution, Emerald Juju is nothing more than a narcotic. However, in pure crystal form, it is lethal and rivals even the most mightiest of atomic bombs. We mix this with uranium and then make a device. There is only one Emerald Juju mine on Mars, though. I will give you the coordinates.
Thanks, Doc. Jeff needs to pay for what he did to Earth, what he did to my uncle, and what he's going to do here on Mars.
X, before you do head out, there is something I would like you to have.
Dr. Zubrin led X into a room where he presented him with a chest. Inside that chest was his father's katana.
This was your father's katana. It now falls into your possession, young X.
Suddenly, the roaring sound of a motorbike could be heard approaching. It was Mystica. She had followed X to Dr. Zubrin home. She smashed through the window and knocked down Dr. Zubrin, who stood in her path. X unsheathed his father's katana and squared up to Mystica. This would be a duel of fates, and only one would be walking away. In reality, X was no match for Mystica, but on this day something special would occur. X had managed to get the upper hand, and then with a long and furious chop, his katana sliced straight through the wrist of Mystica. She fell back, shocked and dazed by what had just occurred. Laying on the floor, her identity would finally be revealed to X.
Mom!
Mystica was Grimes.
Why? How could you? You had everything and you threw it away for Jeff. I will never forgive you.
Son, you must conform. You must turn to the Jeff side. No, don't leave me.
X turned his back on Grimes. He checked on Dr. Zubrin, but the impact had killed him. X left and headed into the Martian desert, where he would attempt to find answers for his mother's treachery.
X, I am here for you.
Did you know? Did you know that Mystica is mom?
Yes, my son, I did. But I kept it back to protect you. X, your mother has made her choices and aligned with the Jeff side. It cannot be undone, but you should not be victim to this. What matters now is that Jeff is stopped. That will resolve your emotions, my son.
I know where the Emerald Juju mine is. We can stop Jeff now.
Before you go to the mine, return to Colony Theta and seek out an old friend of mine called Yar. He is a skilled mothership pilot and miner. He will be able to help you.